I invite you to bask in the beauty of the image before you, in the beauty of Hashem's rays, His beautiful sun shining upon a peaceful Yerushalayim. And thank God today in Yerushalayim, it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day of people greeting each other with kindness. Every single person I ran into, I was in and out of the shuk today so many times, and every person I ran into just kept saying besorot tovot, that we should only hear good news. And it's a beautiful thing to already in our consciousness be thinking about the kind of news we want to be hearing. So I really want to dedicate today's meditation to this idea of good news, this idea of being a people who dream about a future that is better and more redemptive than today. And so without further ado, I invite us to close our eyes and I invite you to place your hands over your heart, one or both. For me, it feels really nourishing to put both of my hands over my chest. And simply enjoy the feeling of the rise and fall of your chest. As you observe your breath, don't force your breath to do anything. No pressure, bli lachatz. Just enjoy the rise and the fall. Feel how your Creator is breathing life into you in this moment, and this moment, and this moment. There are so many Jews right now who are standing on the front lines of our battle with evil, a battle we've been engaging with for thousands of years. And those who are on the front lines are doing so that you could live, so that you could feel the breath of life moving in and out of you, with hoda'ah, with appreciation, with simcha, with joy, and with ahava, with love. And with that being said, I invite you to really bring hoda'ah into your heart even more. The reason for which we are called Yehudim, we are the people who express gratitude and appreciation to the Holy One. I invite you to think of a specific time in your life. Could have been today, could have been last week, could have been a decade ago, when you were filled with the sweetness of gratitude, with the deliciousness of it. And play out that moment as if it's happening right now, with its warmth, with its tenderness. Breathe it in. Notice where you are in that moment of gratitude. What do you see around you? What do you hear? What physical sensations do you notice in that memory, both inside your body? Even perhaps there's a sense of touch or a breeze against your skin. And if you don't really remember the details, this is why Hashem gave you an imaginative faculty. It's so that you could make them up. So rather than making up details of horror, you can choose to make up details of pleasure and relish in them right now. And with your hand on your heart, I invite you to feel how as you turn up the volume on that gratitude, and as you deliciously experience the richness of this memory of gratitude, your heart literally swells up as more blood pumps into your heart. And as more communication is bridged between your mind and your heart, the more attention you give to this place, turning you into a beautiful instrument of harmonious and coherent frequencies that are able to send beautiful light out into the world. And now, on top of this experience of gratitude, I would like to enrich us with the experience of joy. So I invite you to think of a specific time in your life when you were filled with the yumminess of simcha, and play out that experience as if it's happening right now. Not that you're watching it like a movie in the distance, but you're experiencing it with your flesh and your bones in this moment. What do you see? What colors and textures appear before you in this memory? Are there others with you in this experience of joy? What do you hear? What do you feel in your body? And turn up the volume on the experience of simcha, of joy. And feel how, as you do so, your body has the capacity to radiate it out many meters and perhaps many kilometers beyond your skin. And now I want us to project into the future. Besorot tovot, good tidings. I want you to think of a piece of good news that you could receive a month from now, that would put a huge smile on your face, perhaps even tears to your eyes, and would open up your heart to bursting. A piece of good news that would fill you with ahava, with love. And play out that receiving of good news in rich detail. Use the imagination Hashem has given you to fill in so many details of colors, of textures. And allow your heart to swell up even bigger. And now that our hearts are filled with the light of good tidings that fill us with love, the light of hoda'ah, of gratitude, and the light of simcha, of joy, I invite you to see all of that light filling your chest and radiating beyond your chest as rays that turn into strings of light. And here we are in a circle, almost a minyan. B'ezrat Hashem, someone will join us and will be a complete minyan. Actually, I know people are going to join this meditation in the future. We've had many people join us in the video. So we already have a minyan of Jews, because in the world of unity and of love, there is no time and there is no space. So here we are. And I want you to imagine that we're standing in a circle and that these strings of light are radiating out of your heart and binding themselves around. See, here we go. Beyond a minyan, Baruch Hashem. Binding themselves around our community in circles over and over and over again, where you literally see threads of light wrapping themselves around our circle. so that we're all bound together with the unity that is created by gratitude, by love, by joy. And in the midst of our circle are our holy soldiers who are preparing, and some of whom already are, to enter into the pit of the darkest place, into the lion's den. But we don't have to, our small community, we don't have to do this alone. We have great, great souls who are open to joining us as soon as we ask them to. So I want to invite the warriors of Am Yisrael to join us in our circle, to give us strength, to give us light, to give us faith. Starting with the greatest of all warriors, David HaMelech, who fought with his sword, but who also knew that it was really the words of his heart and of his soul and his relationship to the divine that would give our people strength, that would help us overcome. So I want to read 2 chapters of Tehillim that we say are all in the zchut and in the consciousness of David HaMelech, of David our King, starting with chapter Kuf Kaf Aleph 121. It's on your screen before you. You can read it along with your microphone off, or you can keep your eyes closed and just follow with your ears. Shir lema'alot esa enai el heharim, me'ayin yavo ezri. Ezri me'im Adonai ose shamayim va'aretz. Al yiten lamot raglecha, al yanum shomrecha. Hine lo yanum velo yishan shomer Yisrael. Adonai shomrecha, Adonai tzilcha al yad yaminecha. Yomam hashemesh lo yakeka ve'yereach balayla. Adonai yishmorcha mikol ra, yishmor et nafshecha. Adonai yishmor tzedcha uvoecha me'ata ve'ad olam. And I want you to imagine those strings of light are also being made up of all of these words. Every letter, every sound, every vowel is wrapping itself around us and protecting us and protecting our soldiers. And now for chapter 20. Perek Kaf. למנצח מזמור לדוד, יענך אדוני ביום צרעה, יסגבך שם אלוהי יעקב, ישלח עזרך מקודש ומציון יסדקה, יזכור כל מנחותיך ועולתך ידשנה סלע, ייתן לך כלבביך וכל עצתך ימלא, נרננה בשועתך ובשם אלוהינו נדגול, ימלא אדוני כל משאלותיך. אתה ידעתי כי הושיע אדוני משיחו, יענהו משמי קודשו, בגבורות ישע ימינו. אלה ברכב ואלה בסוסים, ואנחנו בשם אדוני אלוהינו נזכיר. המה קראו ונפלו, ואנחנו קמנו ונתעודד. אדוני הושיע, המלך יננו, ביום קוראנו. אדוני הושיע, המלך יעננו, ביום קוראנו. I invite you now to close your eyes again and to reconnect to the circle that is our community, seeing all of those words of Tehillim binding themselves around and around us with threads of light, seeing David HaMelech standing amongst us in our circle. And I want to invite another great warrior, Avraham Avinu. We have a tendency to think of him as this old man who had an open tent and just fed people and taught them Torah. But he was a great warrior. It's very clear. He fought against nations. He was a leader of a nation himself. Avraham Avinu, give us your capacity for chesed, but also your capacity for straightforward truth. And I want to invite Devorah Haneviah, Devorah the prophetess, who many people don't know, led the Jewish people out to battle. But when it came time for her to describe herself as this battle is won, and she sings her holy song, she describes herself as a mother in Israel. And for those of us here who are mothers, what a beautiful thing to connect to. Someone who knows how to lead her people in battle and always maintains her beauty, her tenderness, her femininity. So I want her to gift us with that as well. And if there are any other holy tzaddikim of Am Yisrael, of which there are so many, who you'd like to invite to the circle, please do so now. I ask you to keep your microphones off. Just say their names. Imagine them holding your hand, strengthening our community, strengthening our circle, as we surround the soldiers of Am Yisrael with pure light, with love, with joy, with appreciation, with gratitude that they are serving so that we can live. And so what we're creating in circles around and around and around the soldiers needs a kippah, it needs a covering so that it can be a holy sukkah. And so we have to bring down the holy cloud of glory from up in the heavens. We need to bring it down. A protection over our soldiers, a protection of Hashem's light and His holiness and His love and His healing and His comfort. And we're going to use Jacob's ladder as our tool for climbing up into the heavens and bringing it down. So I invite you to imagine that in the midst of our circle, there's a circular ladder that all of us can climb at the same time. And we're going to climb up to the top of the ladder, where there's the 10th rung of the ladder. And up there you can see a radiant, glorious cloud filled with light, almost blindingly radiant light. And we're going to climb up, and we're going to take the soldiers with us, but they don't have to climb. They get a break. They're just going to float up in the midst of our circle. So I invite you to grab onto the first rung of the ladder and the second, and feel your body growing heavier, even as your soul grows lighter, because you get to, for a little while, go home to the place where all is love, and all is revealed good, and everything is one. You grab onto the third rung of the ladder and the fourth, and you can see all of our holy soldiers, all 500,000 of them, floating up with us, carried simply by our love and our light and our gratitude. You grab onto the fifth rung of the ladder and the sixth, and you can feel the rays of Hashem's light tickling your fingertips and the top of your head and your shoulders. And you grab onto the 7th rung and the 8th rung of the ladder. And there are the soldiers again, floating up. And their faces become ever more radiant, and their smiles become ever wider, because they're feeling that light of love. And it's pure, and it's clean. And everything is clear in this place. And we grab onto the 9th rung of the ladder and the 10th. And from here we can just hop on up into the upper realms, gather ourselves again in our circle, seeing all of our soldiers with their radiant faces basking in the glow of Hashem's glory. And in the midst of this cloud that is hovering above all of us, we see the divine name that encompasses, amongst many other things, that experience of joy, of gratitude, of love. It is His divine name, Yud and Hey and Vav and Hey. And we've already created a space for it to be surrounding us, for it to be above us. But Hashem is not just Misaviv Kol Almin. He doesn't just surround all worlds. He also fills all worlds. He is Mimale Kol Almin. And I invite you now to feel that. So we're going to take the Yud of Hashem's divine name and invite it to come into the crown of our heads, and watch as it slips into your head, filling your entire head with radiant divine light. Feel how it's cleaning you, it's giving you clarity, it's giving you sweetness and tenderness and joy. And all of that sweetness radiates out of your face as pure light, so that you are mamash ma'or panim, you have a lit up face. For all of us here who are in this circle, and for everyone, all of the soldiers who are standing in our midst. And if you've ever met someone who is filled with total and complete faith, and who has a deep, deep connection with the divine, you know what it is to see someone who is me'or panim. You see light radiating out of their face. And this is how you are right now. But why limit it to just your face? So I invite you to see Hashem's divine hay of his name coming in through the crown of your head and passing through your head, and the top of the hay meets you between the shoulders, and the legs of the hay fill your arms all the way to the tips of your fingers with radiant divine light. This is the light of love as it's crossing through your heart. It's the light of appreciation and of tenderness. And there's so much light there that it literally radiates out of the palms of your hands. And the Vav of Hashem's name comes in through the crown of your head, passing through your neck, and just slipping right into your spine, where it says, I'm home. I was created for this. And that Vav radiates so much light that it fills your entire torso, healing you, relaxing you, comforting you. But there's more light than you could possibly hold, and so it all emanates out of your heart into the center of the circle, filling the circle with light, with love, with healing, with sweetness. And the last hay of Hashem's name comes in through the crown of your head, passes through your neck and your torso, and the top of the hay meets you between the hips, and the legs of the hay fill your legs with the sweetest and holiest divine light. And now here you are, a walking, living, breathing manifestation of Hashem's image. You are a container, a vessel, a merkava for pure light. So I invite you now that you're open and your heart is open to really give yourself permission to be a channel of pure light. This isn't just for Nevi'im, for the prophets. This isn't just for tzaddikim, for the holy people or the great healers of our nation. Our entire nation was born to be the priests of the entire world. It is said very clearly in our Torah. Our entire nation was meant to be a source of light for the entire world. It says so very clearly in our Torah. And we are the source of blessing for the entire world. And this is how in our bodies we can consciously and physically experience that. I invite you to raise up your hands and have them face out in front of your chest. Literally do this, not just in your imagination. And have your hands face the center of the circle. And I want you to see that you're standing under this cloud, and this cloud has opened up, just like the clouds in Yerushalayim opened up and rained so much blessing upon us. See how this cloud is raining so much light upon you, and it's washing you and cleansing you and comforting you and healing you. But also, as the crown of your head is wide open, there's so much light flooding you. It comes in through your head and fills your heart to bursting, and you literally imagine your heart bursting with light, and all of that light coming through your arms and out of the palms of your hands into the center of the circle, washing and comforting and radiating on all of our soldiers, our holy soldiers who are risking their lives so that we can live. And if there are specific soldiers whose names you would like to say right now, soldiers you're praying for, this is a beautiful time to do so. And of course, we all of us, all of Am Yisrael, we all need comfort, we all need holding, we all need tenderness. So I invite you now, with the sweetest and most tender affection that you would offer a newborn, to bring your hands slowly, slowly back to your chest. And touch yourself ever so gently and ever so sweetly. And thank yourself for showing up today. Even if your mind wandered, even if you showed up late, even if you weren't 100% here, thank you for showing up today. Thank you for your presence and your love and your openness to being a vehicle of divine light. And feel that light radiating out of your palms and back into your heart, and hold yourself with that. And know that this moment is imprinted on your chest. Every time you put your hands on your chest, you can access it again. Just close your eyes and feel that love and that gratitude and that joy. Now we're going to make our way down to the bottom of the ladder again, from 10 to 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And when you're ready, ever so slowly and sweetly, wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. So we can bask in the glow of what we've created here. I invite you to turn on your camera. You can see each other's faces. Thank you for your presence. May we be blessed to only hear good news. May we be the people who tell good news and who bring good news into the world. May we have so many opportunities to wish Am Yisrael a Siman Tov and a Mazal Tov. May we be blessed with a Shavua Tov and with a Chodesh Tov. With love.